Hi, I'm Karen and I'm part of Wakefield Museum's learning team. At the moment I'm working from home in my craft room, and sitting here I thought, you know what, I would love to have a nosy around other people's craft rooms, so maybe like-minded people would like to have a nosy around mine. So with that in mind, I thought I'd do a series of short videos where I show you some of the things I've collected over the years, and then I tie them into our museum's collections and local stories. So here we are in my craft room, and I'm going to show you my bookcase. I've got loads of books and all sorts of subjects, artists, history, crafts. I've got some old books over there. I've got some of my treasures out on display, and I've got some boxes that I keep some of my treasures in, some of my craft treasures as well. There we are. And I'm really fortunate to work in the museum service as I get to see some amazing things from our collections. And these collections have inspired my own collection at home. Here's an example of this. These are wooden printing blocks, and they remind me of Wakefield's textile heritage. I got these from a collector's fair. So there's one, quite heavy. And then this is my favourite, this one here. There we go. And it's really nice to print with as well. I've had a go at printing with this. I'm going to turn it over so you can see the back. So here we are. That's the back. And that's the handle that you hold when you're printing with it. You can see the old nails in there as well. Now, in connection with that, I found this really great book in a charity shop. I was really chuffed to find this. And it's called Tillet Blocks, as you can see. I'm going to take it over to my table and then I'll give you a little bit more of a look. So basically, Tillet Blocks were woodcuts which had relevant information on about the cloth manufacturer and were used on bales of cloth which were being exported from this country to another. And the ones in this book are from the 18th and 19th century. So I'll just open it up so you can have a little peek inside. It's a really nice book actually, this. I've earmarked a couple of pages for you to look at. So here's the first one. So here you can see on this side, that's a photograph of the printing block. As you can see, London there is backwards. And then this side is what it prints like. There we go. And that's one from London, obviously. And then the next one that I want to show you is this one. It's a little closer to home. And as you can see, it's Cleckheaton near Leeds. But it's just amazing to see all the detail that's gone into these. And remember, these are all woodcuts, so each one of these has been carved out. And as I say, there's lots of different ones. Every company would have had their own original design. Yeah. So earlier I mentioned that Wakefield was very important in the textile industry, so much so that in the 17th century they held weekly cloth markets. These are photos from our museum's collection. This is a Georgian fabric swatch from a sample book from Mr. Smith's drapery shop in Westgate, 1820 to 30. And these are pages from Double Two's Autumn-Winter 1991 catalogue. Many of the shirts are printed floral patterns on cotton. In the 1950s, the company worked with the inventor of polyester, Dr. Rex Winfield, to create the first ever man-made fabric shirt, which was long-lasting, easy to wash, and didn't need ironing. So why not have a go at printing at home? Now, you can get special ready-made blocks. I got this wooden one from the V&A. But it's much more fun if you make your own, and you can make them with pretty much anything that you've got laying around the house. All you need is a wooden block to stick your shapes onto. This is just a bit of cardboard. Cardboard. These have just been cut out into geometric shapes. Really simple, quite thick cardboard. These are the little pads that you stick on your furniture. So you'll stick them underneath the table legs and the chair legs so that the furniture doesn't spoil your wooden floor. If you stick those directly onto the board, you've got a pattern there that you can use, and that's really quick and simple to do. Here's a cork. Again, it had a nice pattern on, so I thought that would give a nice effect. Or why not go old school and do a bit of potato printing? So use an old potato. Here we are. I've cut 2 hearts out. One is an outline of a heart and the other one is a solid heart. And that just means that I can do a design in 2 colours. So this is how this one turned out. There we are. So the solid blue heart at the bottom. Then once that had dried, I went over it with a green heart. Now it's not perfect, but I quite like that. Top tip, if you're printing with potatoes, it's a good idea to put your paper onto a spongy base. This is a bit of foam, and it just means that when you're pressing the potato in, you get a better outline. But you don't need to do that if you're printing with a wooden block. So the paint that I used, I found laying about in the shed, and this is just emulsion paint, water-based. Everybody's got those surely laying about in the sheds or the garages, and they're very good. You get them all in different colours, as I say, the water based, and so they wash out of your brushes quite easily. And this is the design that I printed with the wooden block and the cardboard shapes, and this is on material, a bit of cotton fabric there. Now I ran this under the tap with some soap and water, give it a good rub, and the paint stayed on. Once it's dried, it's pretty permanent, I'd say. Now it's not the softest material, but if you're using it for a table runner or a table mat or something like that, it really doesn't matter. And once you get confident with printing, you might want to then move on to the next level. So I'm a bit of a crafter, so I've got some of these acrylic printing blocks, but you don't need those. As I say, a piece of wood would do. This is lino, so I cut a shape out with lino, and that prints quite well. But then I cut out a flower design, and I did a little bit of detail on with the lino cutters, and then I printed on material with that. There we go. There we are. And then this is my tester piece. So again, this flower was done with this printing block. I just painted a bit of green on the printing block in the middle with my brush, and then blue around the outside, and where the sort of meet, you get a nice effect. And then I wanted to give this one a bit more definition, so I just went round it with a biro pen just to give it a little bit more definition. And then I tried some printing on different coloured fabric. So again, that works quite well. Again, I went round it with biro for some definition. And then I thought, you know what, I'll try printing some cards and paper stuff. And again, this is quite simple. This one is just printed straight onto the cardboard. This one I've gone round with the biro to give it a bit of definition. Same with this card under here. There we go. And also some gift tags. And these gift tags are just cut from my practice stamps. There we are. There's one with a bit more definition on because I've used the pen. But have a go. It's lots of fun. And if you do, why not share your work with us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Wakefield Museum. Well, that's it for this video. I've had fun making it. If you've had fun watching it, why not join me again next time?